I'm going to show you today how to use the Z-Inspector Click to Walk virtual tours. You're going to first take your 360 images with the Z-Inspector app, triggering that. That'll all make everything accessible. And what happens is that under Properties, Property Tours, in addition to those 360 images being available on all your inspection reports on Timeline, we're going to start showing here under this virtual tour column where it says edit. So you could click here and say edit, and that's going to be all the properties on your account that have access to the 360 images. Of course, it's all still searchable and so forth here, but here I'm going to click on edit. Now we've got here our classic tour builder. This is more of just kind of a standard gallery, and so in this approach here is you can just pick the images that you want and then hit save and view, and you've got a very simple virtual tour. Essentially, it's just really just kind of rotating the images, going from one to one. They can switch back and forth between the different rooms here, and they can click learn more, go back to your website, and so forth. Okay, so that's how the very kind of our older classic tour where we're just kind of scrolling around in a gallery view. But the newer one here is our click to walk tour, and we are working on a bunch of features that's going to make this more automated for you in terms of generating all the links. But the first thing we'll do is hit add 360 and then pick the 360 images that you want. Then what I'd recommend you do is click and just move these images around and try and get them so they basically will flow in the layout of the house. Now we're working on a tool that's going to actually put like a 2D layout here underneath, help you automatically do it. But even once we get that feature, this is still going to help you because it'll still help you with the fine editing. So if you look in here, I've got these kind of circular images here. And if you see that little red line, that's kind of the center line. What happens there, I've got the circular image here, and then we show this view over here. So you've got in the kind of this projection, I've got that center line right there, but on the circular image, there it is like that. So this is the same image. So if I click there, you can see that rectangular image changing. And also if you can click, you can see where I'm actually at on that image. Now you can grow this, you can move it around, you can do different things with it, you can minimize it, just depending on how it's going to help you create your tours. All right, now one of the first things you're going to do is click on one of the images and then hit start. Okay, then when it changes to green, that's going to be the starting image for the tour. Okay, so here I'm going to just do it at the entry and click start. And so when we hit view, that's going to be the first image that opens up. Okay, now what you need to do is add your link. So I'll hit link, and basically you can just click on these links. And so in this layout of this home, it's going to go from the kind of the outside entry. It's got kind of an inside entry. So I click there, and then I'm going to click here again. I'm going to go into the living room. From the living room, I can go in here into the kitchen. You can also walk from this living room here into the dining room. This dining room, you can also go here, and there's a family room here. You've got between the dining room and kitchen, it'll go like this. Now from here, this family room, you can go into the office, and then you can start to see how this thing works here, is that I can now click on the dining room, and I can go into my backyard, but I can also get into the backyard from my office right here as well, and you can also see it from there as well, from that bedroom, and you could also link all those back there as well. So that's basically how you're going to create these links. If this is green, I'm in linking mode. To click that, I'll take myself out of linking mode. Now, you see here when I click on each image, you can see that rectangular projection changing. When I'm here on the rectangular projection, you can see it can actually move the link point right there. And if you look on the left-hand side of the screen, you see how the link line is actually moving by changing it here as well. Okay, so you can go in here and click and make it sometimes a little bit easier to see where you're going to be going to right from this rectangular projection, and then that's going to adjust your link lines. Okay, so now here, I'm going to go back to the actual viewing of the virtual tour. So I'm going to go to view. Now I've got my virtual tour. And you can see here, I've got my walk point right here. Okay, so now if I can click on that, and I'm going to see that, and I'm going to walk here into the middle of this room right here. So I've got now that to walk back. Now, if you're in this mode, if you're logged into Z-Inspector, you can actually move this here as well. So I can click right there. Okay, now here has got my living room. Maybe I'll put it like more like that in the middle. I click living room. Now I'm in the living room. All right, that's the actual kitchen entry right over there. And this is the dining room here. So I can click over here. I'm into the dining room. Okay, there's my backyard exterior. I might want to adjust that a little bit like that. Here I've got my family room. That's actually over here is what I'm call this area. Over here it's kind of like a separate little area, kind of an alcove off the side right over there. And then I've got my kitchen over here. I can click and drag and do this over here like that. So that's basically how you can just simply move around and do all your edit points. And then there's my office, and I'm going to go in there, and there's the office. So that's basically how you're going to create that virtual tour. Okay, now we're going to show you how to customize this Learn More link here as well. You've also got all the different rooms, and you can simply, jump to the different rooms here as well, or then from here, click the walk points. Okay, now if you're logged into Z Inspector, simply click this right here. If you click that, that's going to take you back to the editor, and so then you can do your final adjustments and then hit view and go back here. Now, if you're not logged into Z Inspector, just gonna, if you click this, that'll do the same thing as the Learn More link. So basically, if your tenants click on this up here, that's going to take you to wherever this Learn More link is here. This is only going to be active if you're logged into Z Inspector and take you back to the editor. So I click that, and now I am back in the editor. All right, now a couple of things here. If you want to adjust this room layout here, you're going to hit Edit Areas, and that's kind of all the areas available for that property. It's the same type of area list that shows up on all your inspections, so that's there as well. Now, we're also going to go in here to Settings, and this is where you can customize this link over here. So this should be basically the link that takes you to your actual website, right? So that's going to be maybe your main listing page that shows all of your listings. So that's your default link. No matter what, that's where they're going to go. So you probably customize that right here. Make sure you leave this https:// leave that in there. Okay, now if I go back to the tour editor, this link right here, that takes you to a custom action link. So if I wanted to go right to a link for that particular property, I could customize that, and that would go right to whatever that link. So what you might often do is actually open up the link on your website, find that property, copy that link, and paste it in here. And then that's going to customize the action link. So when you hit view and hit learn more, then that's going to take you them right back to your website. Okay, now use this tour. You basically just take that link, copy it. Usually you're going to put it like in your listing description. That's often it will be clickable, and other sources will allow that. You could easily embed this within a little HTML line if you want. So if you want to make something say virtual tour, click here or anything like that, you could do that too. Separate article just on that. Should be very easy for you to use. A bunch of features are coming to improve it for you. If you have any questions, just let us know.